You guys loved the video that I did a few months ago talking about my biggest makeup pet peeves. So today I am back with part 2. So last video I talked about 6 pet peeves when it came to makeup, the industry, brands, formulas, all that kind of stuff. And I explained my reasoning why, I gave some examples, and you guys really did seem to agree with me on everything. So let's see if you agree with me on my next 6 things. So I have compiled a list of things that really bug me about makeup, brands, formulas, everything, marketing, you name it, I have got it on this list, and hopefully you agree with them as well. And as always, definitely leave all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, because I think this is going to be a really interesting one to hear everyone's thoughts on. I have filmed this makeup look. It should have been the last video live on my channel, so if you do like it, then definitely go and check that video out after this one, of course. As always, everything on my face today will be linked down below. I love sharing all the makeup products that I use with you guys. You know exactly where to find them if something takes your fancy, and it really does help out the channel because they will be affiliated links, which means I do earn a small commission back from your sales. And that is the same in every video. I always have everything linked, even if I don't mention it, so definitely check the description out if you like something on my face. Definitely like and subscribe as well, because I upload every single day here on YouTube, and I absolutely love it. I am so close to 4K. Maybe by the time this video goes live, I've already hit it, which would be just insane, incredible, like a dream come true. But if not, we're nearly there. We're like 3 away. I can feel it. So here we go. It's going to be a tea-filled video. I am drinking coffee out of straw because I did go through teeth whitening, and I would love to thank the people who commented on my teeth whitening journey short, telling me that I look like the transvestite from Rocky Horror and that they're still yellow, so can't win, apparently. But get your coffee, get your tea, sit down, and let's talk some tea. Let's talk about things that really wind me up. And the first one is when a brand keeps duping itself. Is there anything more annoying? I really don't think there is. I feel like a lot of the drugstore brands do this a hell of a lot. I feel like they focus a lot on packaging, and then the inside of the palette is just the same palette that they released 20 times over. Am I the only one that's noticed that? Oh my god, it is the most frustrating thing I have ever seen in my life. If you have one palette, you have them all. That is something that I just never understand. Where is the creativity? Where is the passion? Where is the love for your brand if you're releasing the same palette over and over and over again? Now, I'm gonna say something which I think is gonna get me in trouble with you guys. I really think it is. However, do I dare say this? Do I dare say this? Okay, I'm going to put my coffee down because this is serious. I feel like Blend Bunny dupe themselves. I really think they do. I'm really, really sorry. I just think they do. There is only so many rainbow palettes that you can kind of have. I know Blend Bunny has an incredible formula. Well, I don't know. I've never tried them myself, but I've heard through the grapevine, Blend Bunny has the most amazing formula ever, and their concepts are so good. I love the whole rows of different colors. You can gradient them. There's always like a really beautiful shimmer. I know they do amazing neon pops as well, but I feel like they're too rainbow palettes are very, very similar. Like, there is only so many red gradients you can do. There is only so many orange, yellow, green, blue, purple radiants that you can do until it's like very samey. And I've heard that a lot in the makeup community. I think you're either like absolute stan of Blend Bunny or more scared, let's say, more scared to say your opinions on Blend Bunny. Like, I know the mob is coming for me now. I don't know. I obviously haven't seen the palettes in person. Maybe they're very, very different in person, but I feel like personally it's risky business anyway, putting out such huge palettes, and I don't know. I'm scared to say anymore because I know that Blend Bunny stands are fierce. So, yeah. But I feel like any rainbow palette, really, if a brand has more than one rainbow palette, it is a dupe of itself. But also just like Too Faced. all the Too Faced Christmas holiday palettes are exactly the same. There was a joke in the makeup community that they changed like one shade every year. It is just so frustrating to me. It shows maybe not a lack of care, because I really think that Blend Bunny in particular do really care about their brand. I'm not saying that at all, but especially when you get into the higher ups like Too Faced, it really does come across like they just don't care. And I do feel bad talking about Blend Bunny like this, because I know it's one of those brands I really want to love, but in my personal opinion, I definitely wouldn't have all of their palettes because they seem like dupes of themselves. I'm so sorry. Everyone's already clicked off. But to the two of you that are still here, let's move on to my number 2 pet peeve for this video. So keeping with color stories, it is one tone color stories. I get really annoyed by this. I really do get annoyed by this. And the thing that put this on this list, it is a sob story. Get your tissues out, because honestly, my world crumbled when I saw this. So, W7 have a new palette out, and if you're from the UK, I'm not sure if they're in the US, or if they are, they might be a little bit less known. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm just talking absolute gibberish, but they're known for duping a lot of higher end brands, and they're also known for not being the best quality in the world. But I saw this, and it is like the what is it? Something in Seville. I can't remember. And this, the outside of this palette grabbed my heartstrings. Seville is my favorite city in the world. I love Seville. I've been, I want to go again. It has some incredible memories for me. And I was so excited to get a Seville palette. This is what the inside looks like. What? What is that? What is that? There's no blue. There's no like deep red. It's just brown. Just brown. One tone of brown. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? It's 50 Shades of Brown, baby. 50 Shades of Brown. Not even 50 Shades. But they all look the same kind of tone. There's some like differences in between here and there. What depth are you going to get with that? What brightness are you going to get with that? None. That's what you're going to get. Nothing. I was so severely disappointed by this palette. Not only because I love Seville so much. Seville is like, I would live there. Like, I want to have a holiday home in Seville because I love Seville so much. This is a disservice to my baby darling Seville. Let me tell you that for free. Like, I know it was W7, so I wasn't expecting greatness, let's say. But I was expecting, like, a blue. Because the packaging's half blue. I was expecting something that wasn't brown ass beige nothingness. One tone as well. One tone. I even get a little bit annoyed with palettes, and I know you're gonna roll your eyes, but the Natasha Denona Circo Loco palette, not much depth differentiation there. It's colourful, but they're all kind of one tone of colour. I think there's like a dark purple in there somewhere, but it's very, nah. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I want depth. I want light. I want midtones. I want all range of depths, because that is how you get beautiful makeup looks, in my opinion. I want that. And maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe it's just me wanting things that maybe the greater consumers don't want. But I just want lots of different depths in a palette and not just one note. But anyway, I'm going to move on because I'm getting riled. Okay, number 3 is something that has annoyed me ever since I started getting to the indie world. And that is when brands sell something as a duochrome that blatantly is not a duochrome, or that you need like the most intense telescope glasses, like specific lighting to see it as a duochrome. I feel like these big brands have seen the success of indie brands and gone, we need that. We need that. So we're going to make the crappiest quality duochrome, plaster it all over our marketing. We have a duochrome. People are going to buy it because they are absolutely loving indie brands right now, and they're going to be so disappointed when they get this on their eyes. I have seen this a lot with bigger brands, and I don't know if you've seen it, but let me tell you, it disappoints me every time. I really don't fall for it that much anymore, but I really feel like, again, Too Faced is a big ding dong, big red flag. They do it so much, and I think I am blessed to a fault, because I have tried so many brands like the Pastel Roses and Titanium Foxes that do the most intense, amazing, beautiful duochromes, that when I see something so subpar that main brands make, it's just disappointing. I want the indie quality, and the high-end market just does not provide that. I do think it is even more scummy when big brands really push and promote their new products to be duochrome, and add a push. Like, add an absolute push. It's a duochrome. Like, maybe, like, it's just not on. I really don't think it's on. And it's money, baby. It's all about the money to them, because they know how good the indie brand market is doing right now, and I'm not falling for it. If Revolution say that anything they make is a duochrome, I'm not believing them. I'm not believing them again. I bought a whole duochrome palette from Revolution. It was the biggest disappointment I've ever had in my life. I was so upset about that palette. It was called like the Chameleon palette. Chameleon if it had like died on a leaf, you know, like no. And comparing it to all of these shades that I've been absolutely spoiled by, it made my heart sink. It really did. It made my heart sink to the floor. So I'm not trusting big brands when they say things are duochrome, because I've been hurt in the past and now I have trust issues. Number 4, and I feel like this has definitely been a big point of discussion, especially in recent years, and that is when big brands sell dupes of smaller indie brands, but they're not dupes, they are like blatant copies. So the two that spring to mind straight off the bat is the Lunar Beauty highlighters that Revolution duped, and also the Pink Honey brow gel that, was it also Makeup Revolution duped? Revolution, yeah, you need to really think about these things. Also the Shade and Light palette that Revolution duped, they just swapped the words around, so it was like the Light and Shade palette or something, like revolutionary. Love that. Oh, Revolution is revolutionary. Oh, I just got it. But I feel like it's really dodgy to just dupe things. Take inspiration from things, that's really good, and I do feel like there is a place for dupes in the industry. It's what like Alter Ego do, it's what W7 do, it's what Revolution do. They know that, you know, a lot of people can't afford £60 for an eyeshadow palette, so that's where Revolution, W7, all that kind of stuff comes in. However, when you're blatantly copying the packaging, the layout, the formulas, like everything, I think that is where the line is drawn. If a palette came out and it was like slightly different, same vibes, like whatever, but like shade for shade copying and like packaging copying, ugh. With the brow gel and the Mani MUA highlight, they were custom packaging. They were like exclusive to that brand. And the fact that Revolution just came in with their squillion-dollar budget and was like, we want that, it reeks of just unfair play to me. And I don't think there is room for brands like that in the makeup industry. I feel like we are growing so much as an industry and as a community that brands like that, and brands that, as I mentioned in my last video, are not cruelty-free and things like that, they're really taking a hit, because consumers really are thinking more about ethics in their spending. And I just don't think these brands are going to be thriving in the next 10 years, because they're not team players. They are like bullies, to be honest. It's awful. It really does upset me to see. It really does, especially when Revolution have such a wide market and an indie brand is like struggling to get out there. it breaks my heart, and it really does annoy me to see things like this happen. I feel like it's really, really important to stand up when we see things like this, to say like, look, this really isn't cool, to not buy it. I know there's like this massive thing on YouTube trying to like, oh, I bought both of them, which is better, but like, no, don't support them. Do not buy this product, because that's telling the brands, yeah, we like this, we're buying it, we're spending our money on it. Like, no, enough is enough. Does anyone remember the video that the brow gel owner made on TikTok when this all came out? It broke my heart. She was like in her car crying. We can't be promoting this bad behavior, and it really, it annoys me so bad. So I'm gonna move on. Number 5, and I feel like Colourpop and Revolution are a big culprit of this, and that is when there is a new release every second of every day. This used to not annoy me. This really didn't annoy me, and I'd see other people getting annoyed by this, and I'd always be like, I don't know why they're so annoyed. Like, it's fine. They don't have to buy it. And yeah, true. They don't have to buy it. We don't have to buy it. But to me now, it kind of reeks of like, we just want money. You know, like when a new indie brand releases a collection, or when a smaller brand releases a collection, you can tell that they have worked their ass off on that collection. It has been in production for like 6 months, and they have just been spending every day on this like little baby of theirs. But I feel like when bigger brands just like go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, it's A, overwhelming, and B, it just, to me, it's like, oh, I don't know if this quality is going to be good, because like your last release was 10 seconds ago. And I also don't know if you care much. It's going back to that point that I made about consumers really wanting brands to be ethical and just like nice brands. The face of the brand needs to be a nice person, because I feel like brands are becoming a lot more personally connected to consumers these days. And when it's just like new, it's impossible to do that. And I think it's a big thing right now. I know it's all about the money. I know that the more releases that are pumped out, the more money that the brands will get. But to me, it does just stink of like, buy our stuff. Buy it. You know? Where's the personal touch? Where's the care? Where's the accuracy? Like, where is all of this stuff that we crave? I would rather buy something from a brand that comes out and is like, this is our only release for the whole year. I've worked so hard on it. It's slightly more expensive, but I have worked for months to make sure that this is absolutely perfect, than a brand that goes like, oh, here's the 20 millionth palette of the year. Here you go, here you go, here you go. But maybe don't buy it yet, because our next release is in 10 minutes. You know, I don't know. Just makes me feel a bit ugh. And finally, number 6, you knew that the big old poo-poo on Natasha Denona was coming. Here we go. It is inconsistent formulas within that brand. I've had my personal tragedy with this. You may know, if you've been on my channel before, you may be rolling your eyes, but I want to tell the people that maybe are new. So I was drawn in. I was hook, line, and sinker drawn in to the Natasha Denona bandwagon. Sit back, I've got a story to tell you. So, funnily enough, when I was in Seville, I bought my first Natasha Denona palette, and it was the Mini Star palette. Hated it with a passion. I bought it because I love blue. It had one of those blue to brown duochromes in it, and the rest of the palette was neutral. I just didn't like it. The duochrome, I literally scraped out and replaced because I hated it so bad. And then the mattes were like fine. Then everyone was like, no, you just got a bad palette. You just got a bad palette. I promise Natasha Denona is not actually like that. It's just a bad palette. So then I bought the Natasha Denona Mini Trio Chrome that came out, which again, I love blues, so I was so excited. That thing was trash. I don't think that got one good review on YouTube. And again, everyone was like, no, you just got a bad palette. You just got a bad palette. Natasha Denona is really good. I promise, you just got a bad palette. So then my wonderful friend Ali reached out and said, look, I will buy you a Natasha Denona palette that is good quality. Tell me which one you want. So I picked the Natasha Denona Glam palette. And again, it's okay. It's fine. It's nice. It's, you know, this is my makeup aesthetic. So, I mean, you know, maybe that was on me, but also I don't see the quality, like amazing quality that everyone raves about. I think it's a nice palette for every day for work, but, and again, everyone was saying, no, you shouldn't have got the glam. That's not a great palette. Well, what is a good palette? Because I've tried 3 times now and they've all been not good quality. What? I know that brands do like little mini palettes, like tester palettes, and it's quite common for those brands to make that quality worse. But if anything, shouldn't that quality be better? Because that is what people start out with. That is their like little taste of your brand. And if that little tiny £5 palette is like incredible quality, then they're more likely to spend that money on that £60 to £100 palette. Whereas I spent £25 on a £5 palette, hated it, did it again because I was being brainwashed, and I didn't like it, so I wasn't going to spend my money on a big palette because, like, it was just not the quality that I like. And I know I do poo-poo on Natasha Denona a lot, but I know a lot of other brands do this. It is not just Natasha Denona. It is a lot of big brands. I've heard that some of Pat McGrath's little quads aren't great. Too Faced, again, I've gone in on Too Faced, but Too Faced, you do it as well. Your smaller palettes are not the same quality as the bigger palettes. I'm saying you're, like they're watching this. Too Faced, sort it out. But I'm sick and tired. Like, have a good quality and stick with it, okay? Have a good quality. It's the same with Colourpop and like these other big brands. They'll have like different formulas for different things. Find a formula that is amazing and affordable for the brand and stick with it, because I don't know what some of these brands are playing at. So here we go. This is the end of this list, guys. 6 more makeup pet peeves that get on my ass. They really do. They really pee me off. What is one of your biggest makeup pet peeves? Let me know down below, because I always love reading these and I always read them and I'm like, yeah. Oh my god, yes, you are so right. Do you agree with my list? Let me know. And with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. You guys seem to love my more ranty videos, so I hope this one was a fun one for you guys. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!